My name is Adriana, and the worst thing you need to know about me is this. I am absolutely terrified of worms. I mean the kind of fear that makes your chest lock up and your vision blur. I don't know why I'm like this. It started when I was a kid. I stepped barefoot into a pile of them after a rainstorm, and something inside me just broke. Even now, as a grown woman, worms ruin me. I can't garden. I can't fish. I can't even touch dirt without feeling sick. So what happened to me last spring still doesn't feel real. But I know it happened. And whatever was inside that purse is still out there. I was walking home from work one afternoon, cutting through the alley behind my apartment complex, like I always did. It was trash day, and the bins were lined up along the fence. One of them had the lid cracked open, and something inside caught the light, a flash of silver. Normally, I wouldn't go looking through garbage, but this didn't look like trash. It looked expensive. Inside the bin was a purse. Beige leather with gold hardware. No stains. No rips. It looked brand new. Someone had thrown away something that easily cost a few $100s. I hesitated. I'm paranoid about taking anything from the trash, but it looked too perfect, like it had been tossed by accident. So I pulled it out. It felt heavier than it should have been, like something was inside. I opened it slowly, expecting to find a wallet or phone. Instead, nothing. Completely empty. Yet something about it felt wrong. I should have put it back and kept walking. But I didn't. I brought it home. That night, I set the purse on the kitchen counter and started making dinner. I wasn't thinking about it at all. I'd almost forgotten about it until I reached for a plate and saw something on my arm. A worm. A long, pale worm stretched across the back of my hand. I screamed and slapped it off, stumbling backward. It hit the floor with a soft, wet sound. My stomach twisted. But when I turned on the lights and looked again, there was nothing on the floor. No worm. No mark on my arm. Nothing. I told myself it was stress, a hallucination, a memory playing tricks on me. I tried to shake it off, but I barely slept. The next morning, I got ready for work and grabbed the purse to take with me. Maybe I thought using something nice would cheer me up. But as soon as my hand touched the handle, a cold wave rolled up my arm. Not physically cold, more like a chill under the skin, like something dead had brushed past me. I almost put it back, but no. I refused to be scared of a purse. Halfway through the day, I reached inside to pull out my keys and froze. There was a worm curled around one of the keyring loops. I threw the purse across the break room and nearly threw up. My co-worker rushed in asking what was wrong, but when she looked inside the purse, it was empty. The worm was gone. I didn't tell her what I saw. I didn't want her thinking I was crazy. That night, I put the purse in the closet, far from my bedroom. I tucked it behind a stack of old winter coats, slammed the closet door, and told myself I was done with it. But at 3:19 a.m., I bolted upright in bed. Something had brushed against my leg. With shaking hands, I clicked on the lamp. My sheets were clean, except for one thing. A single pale worm was lying across my thigh. I screamed and kicked it off the bed, tears flooding my eyes, grabbing the comforter like it was the only thing saving me. But when I turned on the overhead light, it wasn't there. Not on the floor, not on the sheets, not anywhere. My breathing wouldn't slow down. I couldn't even cry right. It was that kind of fear that takes your voice away. I slept with the lights on. By morning, I was determined to get rid of that purse. I pulled open the closet door and dragged the coats aside. The purse wasn't there. Not on the floor, not on the shelf, not behind the coats. I tore the closet apart. Nothing. I didn't know whether to be relieved or terrified. That night, I found out which one it was. I woke up to a noise, a soft, rhythmic tapping, like something hitting the floor gently, over and over. I grabbed my phone flashlight and walked into the hallway. The purse was sitting in the middle of the floor. I had not put it there. My heart hammered so hard, my ears rang. I stepped closer, barely breathing. The purse was zipped shut, but the leather, it was moving. If you're enjoying this real nightmare, please like and subscribe for more. Like something inside was pushing against it. Tap, tap, tap. I reached out with trembling fingers and flipped the clasp open. I pulled the zipper back an inch. Something pale pushed out. A worm, then another, and another. They poured out of the purse like water, falling onto the hardwood floor, writhing, climbing over each other. A pile, getting bigger and bigger, spreading across the hallway toward my bare feet. I screamed and ran into the bathroom, slamming the door shut behind me. I jumped into the bathtub and curled up, shaking uncontrollably. I stayed there until dawn. When I finally opened the door, the floor was spotless. The purse was gone. I left a few days later. I didn't pack most of my things, just grabbed clothes and whatever I could carry. I left everything else behind and stayed at my mother and stepdad's for a week or so. I had my uncle and brother to stop by and grab a few more of my things. They said they never saw the purse. My landlord called a week later after my scheduled inspection. He said the apartment was fine, except for one thing. There was a purse sitting in the middle of the living room. A beige purse. Gold hardware. No stains. Perfect condition. He thought it was odd that it was just sitting in the middle of the living room floor. I told him it must have fell out of my trash bag and for him to throw it away. He said he did, and in the dumpster behind the building. I didn't sleep for 2 days, because that alley was the same alley where I first found it. And last night, walking home, I saw something glinting in the trash bin. A flash of silver. I felt a chill, but I didn't check this time. I just kept on walking. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more real nightmares.